I'm Lake and Bauder. We're on site today with Bauder Construction. We are going to walk around and see what they're up to today. Come on. Nestled in the heart of the Bitterroot Valley in Hamilton, Montana, B&B Cabinetry and Bauder Construction are making home dreams come to life. Building the Bitterroot means taking traditional Montana living and creating functional, beautiful spaces on projects both big and small.
So we are currently working on a new build. Well, I should say several new builds and several remodels. And then what's really exciting is the Downtown Daly, which is an old mortuary that is getting turned back into a house. And it's gigantic.
We are at Downtown Daly, a massive, massive project. We're gonna walk around and see what they're up to today.
Marcus Daly, this was his caretaker's house. And then Downing Mortuary purchased it. They ran the mortuary out of here for years. There was a lift, an elevator to bring up casket. The embalming room is now going to be the mudroom.
So good luck, men.
Yes.
So the homeowners, they really wanted to find a way to modernize the house, but yet still keep some character of the original home.
We moved to the Hamilton area about 5 or 6 years ago, and with this property being only a block or two off of Main Street, it's a house that you drive by over and over again. We saw the house sit, and then a for sale sign would go up. We inquired a few times.
We loved it from the very beginning. Initially, we came in and visited, and we had family that had moved here. So it took a year and several visits when we came in, and each time we came, we left realizing how much more we loved it. And so, you know, then we chose to come here, and ever since then we haven't looked back. And so we're super excited to be more vested in the community, maybe do something that, you know, we can do to help contribute to the community with this project, because we do love it so much.
Yeah.
So a couple years passed, and we heard that they were looking to demolish the house and turn it into a parking lot for the county building across the street. And we just thought it would be so sad for one of the, either the first or one of the first properties from Darby all the way to Missoula that was built 130 some years ago to be turned into a parking lot.
I think a historical house, you find fun, creative things that new houses don't have.
Yes.
So one of the things we've enjoyed the most is stairwells, finding lots of sets of stairs you didn't know were here. So I think that was kind of fun, and all the character, you know, brings some excitement to the remodel. You know, to look through all the character, talk to people who've lived here before. I know Ryan was able to track down some families and people who had lived here before, and that was fun to hear their stories.
Yeah, we met a woman who, she lived here as a little girl, you know, a very long time ago, and we were walking through the house together and trying to have her describe which rooms they used, you know, what for. And when we got to the upstairs, she started talking about her playroom that was behind the bathroom, and we had no idea. As we started doing demolition, we took out a wall, and sure enough, there was a buried playroom.
Oh my
So that was
goodness,
kind of fun.
that's crazy. How did we get involved with Downtown Daly?
We knew the homeowner, or the owners from previous projects we've worked together, and they invited us in due to our skill set and wanting to know how we can help them bring Downtown Daly back to life.
With the finish work that we're doing, whether it's lighting or flooring or walls, is that we're finishing it to make it really nice but also super durable, so it can handle that heavy traffic if they decide to make it a wedding venue or have it as a vacation rental, but yet then it can still serve a dual purpose to be a single family home, which they have a lot of kids and they have older kids. And this is like a great way to go about renovating this house with the intention in mind of having it as a rental, because then they're also prepared for durability.
But then the thing too is keeping it of the era.
Yeah.
Right.
Because this was an amazing era.
Yep.
And trying to keep the house back to its original design.
But I feel like a lot of that's coming back in, though.
It is.
Like, I feel like that style, that classic
The
style.
flush inset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
The
of
gold hardware.
The gold hardware, having some of that ornate flooring, that's coming back
Raised
in.
panel door.
It's not just
No,
about
we're
white
doing
walls.
recesses. Wallpaper.
Exactly. All of that's coming back into style. And I think that's really great because it's something that's timeless.
Right. Exactly.
Halsey and Wendy have really been helpful in that as we've kind of gone, because there's, things that we wanted to do that you find out there's a reason you can't.
Right.
And so it's kind of evolving. I think we do want it to be modernized and functional, so families can be here and it's, flows well. So we've been able to knock out some walls and do some things to help with that. But we're really looking at historical type tile finish work. We, want to do the house justice and have it look similar to some of the things we would expect for that time, but again, modernized. And so I think really starting from the beginning, we wanted to be able to do that.
We plan on lighting the house up year-round with lights. And, when the property has the tallest trees in the city of Hamilton, we'd like to light those up, when the holidays roll around and Thanksgiving rolls around, all that, have it be a focal point. With the farmers market only being a block away, we would like to see if we can incorporate. We have almost a city block of park-like yard. It's in the entire town of Hamilton. It's one of the biggest park-like areas, so maybe we could incorporate some of that. Then we're looking at VRBO type situations, family retreats, corporate retreats. People could enjoy the house.
It's exciting in the fact that it's such a massive, and it's a unique property, but everybody knows this property.
Yes.
Everybody walks by this property. They know about this project. They can't believe where people might be staying the night in a mortuary.
So jealous that they are.
Yes. I mean, some
So
people are like
weird.
so excited, want to host a Halloween party here.
yes.
The inquiries we get, can we go see it?
So how big is this house, square footage wise?
10,000.
Holy moly.
So this isn't our first project with them. We've had some other projects and been able to use them. And I really appreciated their ideas. They're very creative and resourceful. Ways we can save money to still be able to put the money in the project where we need to. And, also ideas that I don't tend to think about. And so it's been fantastic.
Okay.
So all he needs is the address, so that should take care of that. I got Eric going there tomorrow. I got to meet him there.
With redoing their estimate, we have the big bay window in the bedroom, and then that weird window that they're going to do something different with in the bathroom.
And then there's the other window
Right.
in there, so there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows.
So when you kind of figure out the price for those and what you're going to charge for installation and stuff, let me know, because I'm going to add it to their estimate, because I need to give Kathy a new estimate with
Yeah.
here's what it's all, when everything's all
Yeah,
done.
because I know they eventually want to do all the windows in their house.
But they're not going to do that right
So
now.
we'll go there, because the other thing is too is figuring out what kind of trim they're using right now, and so
Okay.
when we're done, the finish looks nice. Yeah, type A personalities, where there's organization, and we see eye to eye. But even then, I still there's so much day to day that I need help with. As far as just with bidding and numbers and things like that. So I think he's a great help.
We went on a job this morning, and it was a really sweet couple, their first house. It needs a ton of work. It's an older home, and it has not been taken care of, has a lot of character. And we spent quite a bit of time there listening to them, what they wanted to do with the house. And at the end, Dean's like, he goes, you're going to be better off having us, if you want us to come in, just coming in and framing it and getting it to sheetrock. And they have some background in construction. And he's like, and then you guys doing these other things. He's like, because we can finish it for you. He's like, it's going to be really expensive, and you're going to spend a lot more money than what you probably need to. And so he's willing to walk away from a job just so somebody's happy and gets what they want. Because we know they didn't have a ton of money to build something, or to remodel. They're doing it as they can afford it. And so I was just like, we left. I was just like, you're such a stud. Even though you're my brother-in-law, and you drive me crazy.
Nikki, when she's like, I've never done construction or whatever, and it's like, no, but you have business sense, and it's like, and you've been a mom, and you've got life experience. You ran a bakery, and I mean, I just think that. It's not necessarily you have to work in that specific business to know a lot. I just think being able just to have a good, business sense, business presence. You've been in the world. I mean, there's experience. I mean, that plays a lot. So,
work ethic.
Yeah.
This is all added on.
It was all just bathroom and like as far as texturing that room and all that kind of stuff. That's all extra.
That's all extra. So we're gonna need. Do we need to get Troy in there, or just kind of get a quote?
Or we just tell Chad too. It's just like, you want us just to do this while we're doing it, and then you pay the bills?
Sounds like he does.
I mean, as far as you just pay the bills, or do you want to try to get a price on all this, or whatever you want to do?
Okay.
I won't see. I think I'll see
Yeah, we
tonight,
won't
but I haven't
see
seen
him
tonight. So, and then the other thing too is like we work together well because she or the homeowner might have these great ideas, but then having the background, you can, say that's feasible or not feasible because of certain things that are there, that you're maybe going to butt your head up against, or maybe you're going to spend too much of your budget trying to do something to make it happen that, nobody wants to spend their money on things you can't see. So just trying to have a balance as far as the form and function, as far as making sure what she designs and what they're going to try to put into the home is going to make sense as far as the total project itself.
It's nice to have the light, because even if you have...
Well, to me, I like the idea of clear glass.
Yeah.
As opposed to frosted, but then I'd want to bring it up a little way, so you have a little privacy,
But
that you don't feel like the whole world's...
Do you have extra siding?
We could take this up to probably like, I don't know, what do you think, like 4 foot? Okay. Like a 4-0 window, and then we'll just put like 2 windows here that you can open up, and then center will just be a picture. Well, let's figure we're gonna have 7 feet of opening.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out what we want to do with windows. This window, we want it to be able to...
I think so.
Like
I think that's
single
what
line.
Kathy said. We have sliders on the sides.
Yeah.
The middle is like a
check that.
picture window.
If we got like a 7040.
We get lots and lots of remodels, and there's lots of funky spaces.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to really get creative. Another fun project is an older couple who are going to finally remodel their kitchen because why not? Right. So the idea behind this kitchen design is we're going to take this wall out and expand the kitchen into this kind of little sitting nook.
So basically what we're going to do now is going to pull all our trim around all of our doors, and then pull all of our base around the bottom, and then pull up this floor. We have to do that first because the floor, of course, is under all the base. So once we pull all this up and see what we might have underneath to match up, make sure all our floors are level, that's what we're going to go to next. So then after do that, we got to square off some of these openings. So we'll be cutting off some sheetrock and then framing these in, whatever needs to be framed in so we can square off these openings. There's several of those we got to do.
This wall doesn't quite tall enough, so you're going to have to go.
I've got 92.
That's the only other one on the wall, and that's a shorter.
So what's the height of the cabinet going to be, Jenica, for the crown?
So the sides will be 31 and a half to the outside, but there's that extra piece of molding. I think we could even get creative with.
But I'm just saying, but even if we frame this in, so we just got a little bit of the window showing, who cares? As long as it works, you get the glass. If I got a all right, so we're going to get to all these. Well, I think a lot of it is the majority of our work that we get is through word of mouth. Mm-hmm. So the majority of the work that we do, the people know the people we've done work for in the past, and they've seen our projects, and they know that we usually come in budget, and the people are happy with what they got.
We're very connected to this community, and it's a small community, and why would you ever want to not do the best for somebody? I mean, it's like we're going to run into them at the game, we're going to be going to church with them, we're going to see them at the grocery store. You want that relationship to be a good one every time you see them.
When I was designing our house, Wendy really included my input. Jenica really valued the knowledge that I was bringing to the table, and nobody ever makes you feel like you don't know enough. Even if we have a client that comes in, knows nothing about building, nothing about cabinetry, they do everything in their power to include their input, to make them feel welcome. You can ask Wendy, a client she had 5 years ago. She can tell you where their kids are at, what they're doing now. There's this huge area that Wendy focuses on when it comes to customer service, and she doesn't just get to know her customers. Customers leave feeling like friends.
So you can see why many people are flocking to this area, wanting to experience life in the Bitterroot. Our passion of creating beautiful living spaces and building strong relationships with the folks in our community allow us to work on a variety of projects, from remodeling, new construction, and custom builds. Well, we do a little bit of everything. And we're one big happy family as we get the job done. Dean and Wendy are the patriarchs of our family, our business, and our story, with sons, nephews, sisters, and friends working together to make life here just a little bit more enjoyable with beautiful living. We're extremely blessed to be building the Bitterroot, one project at a time. Or maybe 10 projects at a time, but we'll tell you more about that later.
Well, I'm Taylor and Kelly King, and we're going to be going through a bathroom and closet remodel with B&B Cabinetry and Bauder Construction.
So working with Jenica, it was really nice to design the closet and get it to exactly what we wanted for function. Right now we have kind of a little corner vanity, and I honestly never use it, so we just figured we use that space for clothes.
Yes, she needs more room for clothes and shoes and purses. That seems to take up a lot of space.
So you can tell my section's a lot smaller than the rest of the closet.
We basically gave Taylor this section.
Yeah, so what's nice now is I'm going to have this corner. Should have room for, the couple dress shirts to go with.
And so right now they're demoing the 2 main floor and the upstairs. And so right now we're just trimming that out, putting bunk beds in there.
Okay, here's the bunk beds we made for the VRBO. There's 24 in all. Each one has its own little light in the corner right here that you'll be able to switch on and off right there. And there'll be a plug so you can charge your devices while you're sleeping on the ledge right here. So each one has that set up.
There's boys and girls showers, and I think they're all in a row, so you might get to see each other naked. I'm just kidding.
to work with your husband, you know? I mean, it's not like we're like at the same desk all day long or anything like that. We're just working, you know, together, you know, because I'm a dreamer, and, you know, and he's pulling my balloon down, keeping it grounded.
Popping it.
Occasionally.
Being married to my coworker, it has more ups than downs. What those are, I can't tell you right now.